everybody. I am still Scott. This is still TRP. More than ever before, social media has become the best tool to share your talent nowadays, to get your music out to the masses, and in some cases, kickstart your entire career in the music business. My guest today is 19-year-old singer-songwriter Billianne, who's following on TikTok and Instagram, has gotten her signed to a record label and onto the iconic stage of Massey Hall, opening, singing, performing with none other than Jann Arden. Hi, Billi. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks. I'm excited. Yeah, this is like my second interview.
Well, I'm happy to have you. You're from Milton, which is like a stone's throw away from where I'm sitting right now in Georgetown.
Yeah.
So we're repping Halton Hills.
Yeah. Look at us.
The As an old guy, it amazes me the impact that TikTok has. I mean, I've got daughters your age, and they're on it all the time. And I've discovered so much music through TikTok, through my daughters. In the past few months, I've spoken to Georgia Valentine, Madeline the person, and both of their careers have kicked off because of this. Were you just a kid and kind of hanging out on TikTok, or did you go to TikTok specifically to get music out there and to
yeah, I think I was scrolling first. That was like my thing in about 2019 when the platform was kind of just starting. And then I think I just saw a few other singers singing on there, and I always was a singer, always performed in school, and I was like, hey, maybe this is a good kind of outlet for me. And then the pandemic hit, so I was like, okay, this is like a perfect opportunity to just like keep posting, write some songs, post covers, and it just kind of grew from there, I think.
Covers, what got you kind of noticed, and my understanding was your cover of Tina Turner's "The Best," "Simply the Best."
Yeah, that was wild. It was like any other night, just posting another TikTok video, nothing too special. And then I just woke up to many more notifications than I usually get. It's like,
it just
what
blew
is
up
going on?
overnight.
Yeah, and then it was like a blow up for me at the time. It was like 10,000 by the next night. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. And then over, I think, a few weeks, it was like gradual, like there'd be like huge swells of people seeing. Oh, I see that. I kind of froze for a second.
Yeah. You're
Yeah,
supposed to be in Milton, and now it seems like you're in Vancouver.
yeah, that was funny.
um,
um,
you should go ahead. Sorry.
oh yeah, it was just like swells of people all of a sudden, like every few weeks, and then it was just like a peak kind of going up. Yeah, it was wild.
And you chose to do that song. Was it Schitt's Creek that sort of got you onto
Yeah,
that song? Because
yeah,
that's a pretty old song for a 19-year-old girl.
yeah, we love that show, and we love that moment in the show. And I was listening to Noah Reed's version like over and over,
Yeah.
and so I decided, okay, I'm gonna film my little take on it, and yeah, so special.
Singing other people's songs is one thing, but the feeling of putting your own song out there for people to hear obviously must make you feel quite vulnerable, being able to look down at those comments and seeing that. Was that something on such a big platform that you were a little nervous to do?
For sure. I've actually kind of struggled, especially because the covers were doing so well and I enjoyed them so much. But I also had that part of me that loves songwriting. Like that's like one of my passions. Like I have my piano here. And that's just what I do like at night. So it was nerve-wracking to share because it's like sharing a piece of yourself with people. And I don't know if it'll be received well because everyone's used to covers, but I've slowly been kind of leaking some demos I'm working on and they've done pretty well. So I think people are excited. So that's good to know.
I would say excited. I mean, not only are you getting record label interest, and well, you signed, right? You're on label now, but 500,000 followers on TikTok is quite something.
It's very hard to grasp. I think because it all started in the pandemic as well, which maybe could be some of the success even of the TikTok app, which probably helped me get where I am. But yeah, it's hard to grasp, but I've been doing more things like this and more in-person things, and it feels a little more real than just like numbers and pixels on a screen.
That's good. I once a week I get together with my dad and have a beer, and we talk about work and talk about who I'm interviewing next. Sometimes I have to play him a song to say this is who I'm talking to tomorrow, Dad. I played him a little bit of Sera Sera, you singing that song, and the very first thing he said to me, and I was having trouble kind of describing who Billianne was to him. The
Mhm.
first thing he said to me was, "That girl has an old soul."
I get that all the time. That's so funny.
And I thought that's a
Yeah.
perfect description of her. Why that song? I mean, that's kind of the one right now that is blowing up and
Yeah.
everywhere. So why that song?
Um, that one I posted a while ago as well, and it didn't go anywhere, but it was just on my mind that night because my mom used to sing it. And it's one of those songs that's just like once in a while the words and melody just like pop into my head and I'll just be like, "Que sera?" Just singing it. And so that night I decided to just post it. I think it was just because I knew it from my mom. She would just sing it around the kitchen. She'd even change the lyrics to match our family, like things about my brothers and that sort of thing. But yeah, definitely my
Uh,
mom.
Tell me a bit about Jann Arden. I mean, how do you go from your bedroom sing in Milton, Ontario, singing songs to being on stage at Massey Hall and hanging out a little bit with Jann Arden? I mean,
Yeah, I barely know how I took that leap, but it happened. Yeah, she just followed me on Instagram, sent me a DM, and sent me that offer of, well, first she asked where I was, and I was like, what's this leading to? And then she's like, I'm going on tour in May. You can, would you like to come do a song at one of my shows? And I was like, of course. Are you kidding? And then she let me pick the venue, and I was kind of nervous to say, can I do Massey Hall? Because it's such a iconic venue, but I did. And she was just like, yeah, of course. Come on out. Yeah, she's amazing. Yeah, I have her number now. We text back and forth. She sends me advice, and yeah, that's been such a special part of all of this, that whole experience, meeting her in Massey Hall.
you couldn't have picked a better mentor than Jann Arden, that's for sure. What
Yeah,
was that like, standing on that stage and realizing where you were? I mean, looking out on that crowd, and
yeah.
I mean, that's amazing.
I think there was such a build up to that day as well. So when I got there, and I had like been all set up, her tour manager was taking me around the back, kind of showing me where the food was, where the band's room was, and all that stuff. I had never experienced anything like this before, so I was kind of just flowing along with it. And I think it was when I was watching her perform the first two songs too, at the back, and I just got teary eyed because it's just like you're coming down from like, okay, I'm here, I'm ready to go. It's going to happen in a few minutes, that kind of thing. And then going backstage, I was shaking like right before I went on. I had to do like jumps, to try to get some adrenaline out. Yeah, and I was like trying to like make sure my mic pack or not my mic pack, my guitar pack was all right. Um, yeah, then I stood there as she introduced me in the back. Yeah, it was wild. Then looking out at all the people, it's so hard to put words to. It was just wild is my word. I can't describe the feeling. It was I was in awe kind of in the moment. Yeah.
I can only imagine that. I mean, most people start their, playing in bars or clubs
Yeah.
or little tiny
Yeah.
stages. Your first experience was Massey Hall. Well, that's incredible.
Yeah.
You got huge interest, obviously, from doing this and posting not only the covers but some of your own stuff from record labels. Talk to me a little bit about the process of signing that deal and speaking to different people, and what's the process been, getting to now where you're probably, you mentioned demos, probably getting to that recording process now.
Yeah. I was so new to everything. So when my A&R now, she reached out to me through Instagram DM, was actually the first label to reach out to me. And it was over the course of, I think it was quite a few meetings with them, just kind of understanding like what a label does, how this could be good for me, till eventually signing with them. I meet with them every week. They're really great. Yeah, it's kind of been like a learn as I go sort of thing. So there's been some confusion, some rocky bits just because like I don't really know
Well,
some
it's a
parts
learning
of the
process.
business side. Yeah, it's been a lot of learning, but I've definitely learned a lot. And getting into demos, I met with Sony Music too, who were just so kind and gracious and just like helping me find people to write songs with. So that was really great. Yeah, so I did some sessions in Toronto. It's all been a lot of learning. Like I wasn't used to trains. I've never been on a plane in my life too. So that'll be the next step probably. But yeah, learning as I go. That's the way I describe it all.
Have there been, I mean, obviously labels are there to help get your music out there and distributed and stuff. Is there plans for a record, or is there going to be singles released? Is there going to be a full album
Yeah.
planned out?
We're planning on releasing singles, I think, next. I just have like these 2 songs right now that are on my mind and I'm trying to push, which I'm really excited about. It's actually just the 2 songs that I wrote with these 2 guys in Toronto. I met them for the first time and we wrote these 2 songs. I think they're my favorite songs I've ever written. So it's like pretty wild for that to happen, I think, on the first time. Yeah, so I'm really excited about those. I'm hoping to release those next. Just those 2.
When you do get to the album point, I don't know if you've discussed it with them, but will it be all original stuff, or will you have some covers on there as well?
I'm hoping for all original stuff. That's where my heart is, but I'm always open to doing more because I know people love the covers I do. So if there's like a real want for a specific song, then very open to doing it. I'm never closed off to those things.
I mentioned we talked about Massey Hall. You've got a show coming up, which will be your first ever live concert event, Billianne live in concert in Port Dover. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so that's going to be 2 45-minute sets at this beautiful glamping property. We actually sold out the barn, which was 90 tickets. So we're moving out to the big kind of field area for 150 people. So that's pretty exciting. Yeah, it's my first headlining concert, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm really excited. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Before you know it, you'll be at like Boots and Hearts or something. Yeah. I'm going to throw a couple of rapid fire questions out at you before we go, because they're fun. Who were your biggest musical influences? I shouldn't say growing. You're still growing up. You're 19 years old, but who were your biggest musical influences for you?
Probably Taylor Swift, Adele, because I was always compared to her, and Lizzie McAlpine. Yeah.
If you could open up for any artist, you've done Jann Arden, so you can't pick her. If you could open up for any other artist, maybe who you just mentioned, but who would it be?
Probably Adele. Yeah, I think that's my answer for that one. I'd love to.
Is there a song that you haven't sung yet, that you haven't put out there yet, that you're dying to, or maybe part of you is even afraid to?
Like a cover?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so. Yeah. I think they just kind of come to me randomly. So yeah.
That's cool. What was the last band or singer you were listening to? Who's on your phone right now?
Oh, I'll check my Spotify right now. Oh, Michael Bublé, Feeling Good. I was just listening to that.
All right, girl. Well done. It's been great talking to you. I don't know if you want to sing for us, if you would like to.
I can try.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not sure how the audio will come across.
We'll see.
I tried plugging in, this is my new guitar. I tried plugging in the guitar. Can you hear the guitar?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay, good, okay. And you can hear my voice, okay?
I can.
Okay. I'm gonna do a little bit of Simply the Best. Is that all right? I call you when I need you, my heart's on fire. You come to me wild and wide. You come to me, give me everything I need. Give me a lifetime of promises in a world of dreams. You speak the language of love like you know what it means. I can't be wrong. Take my heart and make it strong. You're simply the best. stuck on your heart. Hang on every word you say. Tear us apart. Baby, I would rather be dead. In your heart, I see the start of every night and every day. In your eyes, I get washed away. Just as long as I'm here in your arms, I can be in no better place. You're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I've ever met. And I'm stuck on your heart. Hang on every word you say. Tear us apart. Baby, I would rather be dead. Oh, you're the
That was beautiful. Thank you so much. Thanks for being with us, spending time with us, Billi. I wish you the very best in the future. Can't wait to hear the new music when it does get out there. You'll be performing live in concert in Port Dover, Ontario, for anyone in that area on August the 24th. Thank you so much again for being with us, and again, the very best going forward. You're gonna be huge.
thanks.
Thanks, Billi.